here we are, and you're on my channel, Mary Amy, and I am so excited to present Jillie Clark. She's an angelic channeler, and she's here with us today. Welcome, Jillie.
Hello, thank you. Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
So Jillie, where, it's funny, I know we've spoken before. I forget where do you reside? Where are you coming from? I'm in New York.
At the present moment, I'm in Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
this
nice.
is, yeah, this is where I'm stationed at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're a bohemian and you're planning on making a truck somewhere else and traveling somewhere. What's it like where you are?
Where it's like where I am, I'm being the pillar of light. I'm here at this moment, elevating the frequencies and elevating consciousness. So I'm just stationed, and then just when universe, when God, sends me to my next destination.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to hear your response to this. Tell us the
Uh-huh.
story of how you became a channeler.
Okay. Well, first, I've had several activations and been awakened for quite a while, but it just happened spontaneously. And I started speaking different languages. I started speaking just the light language, the light codes, and channeling Archangel Michael and many light beings. And it just started just about 3 years ago. And what it does is just the information just comes in, and it'll just come to me in different ways, and I just tune in and just let it flow. And it's always something that someone needs to hear, some kind of guidance. And so basically it's we're bridges to the divine. And so the information, I was like, oh, I'm a channeler. Okay, I didn't know that. And there's more that's going to be access to come through. That with everyone, we're all psychics. We all have those abilities, and we all have our own unique gifts in our own unique way. So when it started happening, it felt natural, and it still feels natural. And it's based on the heart, and everything is through the heart and through that gateway and the codes that come through. So the mind cannot, and it's like everything we're going through now with the changes. It's like, okay, just keep knowing that we're right where we're supposed to be, and that the information will come through perfectly, and that the clients come, the souls will come to each person that are ready to take that next step. So that's what I do. With my clients is I work with them to assist them to open up the access to their light, the access to their truest potential. And so that's what I do with my channeling, with my gifts, is to help others to see that within them. And it's a ripple effect when we just show up, even if we don't exactly know exactly what it's going to look like sometimes, or sometimes when we're um like we just keep showing up in what we know in that moment, knowing that the guidance will come in, so the higher self can see the whole bigger picture. And that's where we reside and stay in that essence of the higher self, and being open to those new changes, and being open to letting that information come in and assisting, instead of trying to get in our way. We just kind of sit back and let the higher self and the soul lead. And that's part of that channeling that I do. And that's what I teach people, is to live from that aspect, from that higher aspect, and from their heart, even not knowing what it's going to look like, just staying in that present moment, in that space, and allowing it to unfold. And because we all are in the unknown. And so, but it's unfolding just as planned, and it's unfolding just as we planned it to be. And even though some things look like, oh my goodness, but nothing's broken, everything is going according to plan, and nobody is broken. That's the other thing. It's like we are not broken, we're just there's information underneath that's coming out, unveiling to remind us that of our true power, of our trueness. And that's what we're doing with when we're shining our light, and we're shining it. Others may not even realize what they're receiving, and we sometimes when we don't realize exactly what we're doing exactly. We're being that portal, but just being in those denser places, or being in a spot, or in those, you're transmuting and assisting in the rising of the collective consciousness of bringing those frequencies in, holding those higher frequencies. And when we're elevating our consciousness, we're elevating from the inside out, and we'll raise up in those into those higher timelines. And so that's another thing that I assist with clients, is to raise them up into their highest potential, raise them up into those higher frequencies, so they can live more in their heart and live from that trueness of who they really are, and see things in those other perspectives. So yeah.
When this happened to you 3 years ago, was there a circumstance or an event that kind of brought on? Were you seeking becoming a channeler? How did it happen? And what did it feel like the moment it happened for you? Did you say, oh my gosh, and you knew? What happened?
No, thank you. That's a great question. I had no idea. I knew that these beings had started coming to me. Beautiful light beings had started coming. I was working with Peter, my mentor at the time, and I knew something was shifting. Like I didn't know what it was. I just was like, okay, I'm ready for this next chapter. I've always really had this feeling and this passion to help people. And I didn't know, exactly. I just knew that I wanted to help people. So when this happened, basically I just was out of my way, and I just was open, and it just happened spontaneously. And like I said, I've been working with Peter to open up those parts, and it just happened. It happened like overnight. Like that happened, but it gradually opens up more and more. I mean, it gets deeper and stronger. But I mean, the first initiation of it was in one night. I mean, it just like, but it had been building and opening, which wasn't aware of. Like, I didn't know what was happening in my body. I didn't realize I was a channeler. I didn't realize I do light language. I didn't realize I was multidimensional. And then I was like, oh, I was learning about all this. So, like I said, that it gets stronger, and it's going to get stronger the more, I use it, and the more these abilities, that are activated. They're all already here. It's just making them stronger and working with them. But I'm grateful that, I'm a universal channel. I've channeled many, many beings of light, and it's always source unconditional love. And the one that I've really been working with lately has been Archangel Michael. He's been coming to me strongly. And so, and as we go in different levels and on different frequencies, there'll be different beings coming to you that'll resonate. And they're also aspects of us, because we're all connected. So sometimes it'll feel like, well, wait a minute, where did they go? But they're already here, because we're one and it's already connected. You know what I mean? So realizing that we are all one, and that we are multidimensional. And so that's a new thing for people to be, oh, wait a minute, what? It's like, be aware that there's more than just this body, more than just this vehicle. Be grateful for this vehicle, because it's processing the information. Our DNA is upgrading, the light codes that are coming in, and the cells. And we are in this body at this moment, and we're accelerating into this rapid pace that our body is like, what is going on? So that's why it's very, very, very key to be very body conscious, and to be in the body, and be in the heart, and in the present moment, because this can be a little shaky. It is shaking for everyone, but some that it's all exclusive. Nobody's excluded. It's happening to everyone. So some that aren't even working on certain things, or even if you're on your spiritual journey, you've been doing it for a while, you're still going to be shaken up. So that's why the present moment, that's another thing that I work with people and clients, is to come back to that present moment and observing those other parts that may be still adjusting the human part or the mind. And it's like, no, that's not truly who you are. You're just being gentle with that part as it's alchemizing and shifting those frequencies. As these frequencies come in, it's bringing up that does not serve those denser energies maybe that have been in the body. And so it's alchemizing it. And so what's happening is people are waking up, and no matter where they are, it's like, wait a minute, I've already thought that was already taken care of, or this new thing has come about. It's just to look at it in a different view and learning about like things that maybe don't serve anymore, or attachments or locations. But the thing is, right where somebody is and whatever somebody's experience is right for them. Just because maybe the location or something isn't resonating anymore, it's like realizing that that is temporary, and that we're shifting our consciousness. So yes, things are going to fall away, but we're being present and being grateful for where we are at that moment. And as we're elevating and shifting our consciousness and going deeper within, we're going to shift. It's going to shift from inside. So that's that's a key. It's like we know that each moment we're right where we're supposed to be. So yeah, and no matter what it looks like outside, we're always where we're supposed to be. And I say outside, like out when you look outside of your body, like outside, it's like, and allowing, everyone to be, because everybody's right where they're supposed to be, and elevating right where they are. So we're not, everybody's at the same, nobody's more or less than anyone, but we're all elevating where we are. It's elevating, we're elevating, and shedding those layers of what we are not anymore. So yeah.
When you had this experience, you said this spontaneous experience,
Yeah.
what exactly was the sensation? What did you see? What did you feel? What did you hear? Did it come through in your senses, or was it present in front of you? Because you said they're all around you. So did they come, did it all line up? What exactly was your experience?
Okay. Well, my experience was was inside.
Mhm.
I was in like a more of a trance state, kind of like just a deep state of like meditation. And that's when that information comes through. So I was in a more of a meditative state, and like I was communicating with beings that were coming in, angelic beings, and it was an activation, it was initiation. And at the time, I kind of didn't really realize it. What was I was like, it was the first time in this life, that was happening.
Mhm.
So I just knew that something was going on, and it felt really good. It felt like I was like so free, like I had not felt that before. And it was like the 0 point, like so I felt that before, but I mean, at that moment, it was like no body. Like I was no, like there wasn't even, like I felt just no, like it was just unreal. And then the light language, when it was coming through, they were actually right. I didn't see, I felt it. And I was speaking as the archangels, as um the Galactic Federation of Light that was working through me.
Mhm.
Um, and it was like, it was those aspects of me that were coming online. So and also I did some drumming and did the light language, and it was just like, it's not even words. I don't really have words to put it, but I knew that something shifted, and I knew that there was a bigger purpose. Like I'm not just this physical body. That was kind of And I wasn't just here to just be, I'm here to do more, and like to show people, to be the way show, to be the channel, to be the aspects of the divine, to help others to open up. So and right after that, I was just integrating and like, oh, and like, whoa, this is something. Oh my gosh, it's just my whole life changed right after that. And it was just like opening up to these new possibilities of that there is more, there's more beyond this planet, there's more beyond on this planet, there's more realities, more timelines, and more aspects of ourselves, because we are multidimensional. And knowing that we can tap into that, we can always tap into that 0 point, into that oneness, into that. And when I say we're not alone, because we're all collective, connected in the collective, all one. But it's not really, it's more inside, like feeling that they are with you, or feeling that they were with me at that time. And then later, when I reflected and I had these visuals and these dreams, I saw it. Like I could see that they were in the hallway, the angels were in the hallway and right around me while it was happening. But while it was happening, I didn't see it. But then I had these visuals later that they were, that they were there, and they've been visiting me. That they're always here. It's just I'm not always aware. But that was on the cusp. Before that happened, it was on the cusp of happening, but I didn't know what. That's kind of like with us with our healing. As we're out here we're doing things and helping people and showing up the best we can, even though we don't know exactly how it's going to look like. You know what I mean? It may shift the modality or the avenues. And so I'm like, oh, I'm a channel. And I just kind of been exploring, like, just being open and letting the information come through for clients, and posting it. And I'm going to do more of my channeling on YouTube, and I got a workshop coming up. So it's just, I want to, and that's the other part. It's like, shine your light, just step up. And sometimes you're like, well, I've just do it. And then the information will come in. It'll happen.
Mhm.
That's the thing. That's just the key, and being present, and not knowing that the higher self has already planned all this. The higher self plans, which is where it's already here, which I'm with. And the higher self planned that to happen that way, and everything to happen the way it's happening. It's just staying in that space and that heart and that openness, letting it unfold, and knowing that every experience, just like that experience is so beautiful. And then it's like, okay, I'm integrating that, and as we're elevating, and then we're just learning, oh, I can do this now, I can do this. And it's like not trying to like go after it, it's just being open and just sitting excuse me, with presence, and knowing that it's not out there, it's already here. Like I've been a channel, I just didn't realize it, because that part opened up. Like I didn't realize that. I'm like, oh, okay. I love that. So, and like I said, we all have those abilities to, the psychic abilities, channel the codes, channel the information. It's just being open to it, and activating those parts within the heart. And that light language and these codes and these frequencies, when we speak, it does activate parts within the soul and within the heart. We speak language. Yeah.
I sense I'm supposed to ask you. I know I'm supposed to ask you about the light language.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering, and I'm hoping that you can share some of that, if you can tune into that and share
Okay.
some light language, because I know that's very healing, and it's a
Uh-huh.
way of activating others. I believe so. So
Mhm.
it's entirely if you want to share what that is, and then maybe do some of it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Light language is the soul's language. It's source codes. It's beautiful. It's frequencies that come in that activate. It's your portals within your heart, and it is very healing. And the light language that I do is universal and it's multi-dimensional, and we'll see what wants to come through. Let me tune in and see what so- feels very feminine, uh like Mother Mary, like just real gentle. So we'll do a little bit of that. Sata tukulana tu tata tukulamana di tukulamana tu tata kulamana tu tale te sinana utamata utale tukutamana utabata di ta utkanamana nukni te use tutalamana utabala te kutabala te kutamana. Feels very ancient, very utabuta namana te kutukulumana. Very feminist, very just kulamata kutaba heart opening, kalabatu kutabana kutakata kulama, usalata tutkalamata kutkulamana kutkalamana tit, ukalamana tata kulabala tit kulamatat. Just feeling the frequencies, just feel them running, going through your body, just feeling that health, that love, that nurturing love, opening expansion, opening the heart, opening just that beauty. Yes. Being present right here, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, divinely. Ooh, it's just a gentle reminder that there's nowhere to get to. Everything is in the present moment. It feels like I pick up like collectively, and it's ever like a rushing to go somewhere, and it's all right here. And that's the human part, the mind. So when we just sit in these frequencies, coming back to the present moment, knowing that it's unfolding perfectly, and we just show up and we be in our heart and in our truth, no matter what the mind may say, or no matter what when we don't, no matter that we can't see the floor or see, we still believe, and believe without seeing. It's it's the opposite and upside down of what it's been. And we just truly feel within our heart, within our being, that we are guided, and letting the soul, letting the higher aspect guide, and staying in the seat, staying in that present moment, on that path, knowing that we guided for each step, and each experience that may unfold that doesn't look like that you're on your step is showing you things that maybe that don't serve, or maybe that are just showing you new ways to go about things. So there's no pass or fail or right or wrong. It's the playground, it's the school, it's just a walking home of remembrance. And you're going to get there. We're all going to get there. It's all unfolding perfectly. It's just having that present moment and that patience, and seeing the unraveling. And it does affect collectively, it does affect, because it does pull those parts within up to the surface. Maybe it's just be like, just give it a little more attention, give it some love, and just like, nope, just let it go. It's not who I am. And keep being that highest aspect. It's seeing that each experience does elevate, and each experience elevates the consciousness, and the higher frequencies, it will pull, each level see like clearer, different, and they keep elevating up in the consciousness. And so it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful time to be here. And it's beautiful to coming home to remembrance and sending love and light to those parts that maybe don't understand, and those people and those affected by these events on the planet and to the planet, to Gaia, Mother Gaia, sending love to, because it's clearing those, any densities, anything that doesn't serve on this level, on this timeline, and shifting timelines into new realities, into new ways of being. It's completely uncharted water, uncharted territory. So it's learning to navigate the waters in these new frequencies and these new ways of being. And so it's just being present and allowing it to just happen and unfold, and allowing everyone to be exactly where they are, because that's exactly how it was designed, how it was planned, and what was picked. So yeah. Oh,
When you were just sharing that with us, from my perspective, all of a sudden I realized, I said, this is more not a narrative. It's not that you are describing something, you were actually in it, and it was beautiful. And I really appreciate that you allowed us to have that experience with you. And you're such a pure spirit, and I'm so grateful, and I'm glad that I have this opportunity to share you with everyone on my channel. And I'm fascinated. You mentioned earlier, you mentioned light beings, and then you tuned into, or you channeled to Mother Mary. You said, are you also channeling other beings or entities? Because you were the first one to actually bring forth my awareness to star seeds and Palladians, and if you would kind of explain some of that to the viewers, how this is kind of your path is taking you, and what happened, how did this all kind of occur for you?
Okay. Let me tune in. Well, that's always been within me. I'm gonna tune into that. That's always been within me, but I wasn't aware of it until the channeling came in. And yes, our galactic brothers and sisters of the light, uh, Ashtar, which is the commander of the Galactic Federation of Light, and then the commander of that, he came to me, and I've worked with the many beings, with Ashtar and with the Pleiadians and all of them, and they're all aspects of us. They're not separate, but it is new to us here, to remembering it. And so they are here assisting. They're sending these codes, these frequencies through with source, with unconditional love, and these platonic light, and these high frequencies that are coming in. That's where they're coming from, and from different sources, but they're bringing those frequencies through, which is, it's already within us. It's to activate those parts within, those codes. So what happened was, when those frequencies come in, it activated a part within me, and I've been working with that. And so I'll channel with the Galactic Federation of Light, and with the different beings of light, and we'll get into more of that later. But it's also a sign and a signal to say that this is not the only place. This is not, like, planet Earth is not the only planet, and there's multiple realities, parallel realities, and multiple dimensions. And so what they're doing and working with me and many others is they're assisting us in waking up and working on us and building that shifting our DNA and our body, our crystalline bodies, our the light codes. And so they're assisting with that. And so they're aspects of us from the future, that we're all connected. So when we ascend higher, they're ascending. And so they want us to be in those higher states. They want us to ascend higher, and to be in those graceful states, be in our birthright state, and be in our heart. So, but we do the work, and we go in, and we connect, and but when we elevate our consciousness, these higher frequencies that are coming in, we can connect with them, and we can connect with that that energy, that the source, it's all within, but we can connect with it and receive those codes and receive that information they're sending in. So see where I was going with that. I signed up to be that, to be a universal channel, and to work with many beings of light, and to bring these messages through, and to and raise consciousness and raise frequencies. And the more that and the more that we're all are open, we can receive, and they're going to be more present when, and which they are all aspects, but some are not ready for that, and when the time comes, it will happen. They will see or feel or hear. Each person signed up for a different way to connect with that. I mean, they're all connected, but each in their own way, when to start accessing that, when to open up those parts of themselves. So it's definitely some changing times.
You're amazing.
Thank you. And the thing is, and it's beyond words. It's way beyond words. They're communicating, and the angels, I consider them angels. I consider them light beings, angels, pure source, unconditional love. They work with unconditional love and source. So the more that we're in our body, the more that we're grounded, the more that we are open-minded, but not in the mind, but open-minded and willing to just be present and allowing whatever needs to come through, because they are connecting with everyone, whether they know it or not. So, and not everyone's going to have, I mean, we are channelers and psychics, but it's all going to be different. You know, it's going to be in different ways. But, and you can't, and what I'm hearing is we can't think through it. We can't think our way through it. We've got to, and we can't dissect it and go into it like, well, when's this going to happen? What's this going to, that's the linear, that's the mind, that's the human part. And it's like, even though we will know when we're supposed to, and we'll know the information will come in. So, and a bunch of birds just went, so that's another thing. Like, the birds have been really flying over me, and they fly around, and that's the thing. It's like they're assisting as well through, with the earth. They're sending like these signals, and then these beings of light, the angels and the archangels, seraphim, and all the guardian angels, and so many beings, ancestors. There's so many beings. So one way to really start to build that connection is to start not looking outside, but like looking within, and going out in nature, and connecting with nature, and connecting with the unified field is always, but it's deeper and stronger in that earth connection, in that quietness. When there's 528 hertz tones, just anything that's really soothing, it'll help you to like get into that deeper state, and then more information can come through, and with whoever you're connecting with at that time. And first you want to connect, with that your higher self, which is within in your heart space, and just get into that space, and letting that energy come through, and being in that moment. And then there are no questions, no problems, no worries. And then the information just kind of like, oh, or maybe you're like wanting to know something, and you're like, oh, I really want to know this. And then you just kind of go out in nature, and it just kind of comes to you, or you're sitting in meditation, And you're like, oh, okay. So it's basically being in the it isn't basically, it is being in the like it's just being in that complete unknown without any fear, without any worries, because there's nothing to worry about. It's just the the mind or the human part that's kind of like, well, I've not done this before. So like when we and we're dreaming and we're visioning in what we want to create into our future, but still being in the present moment, and still not really knowing how it's going to happen or how we're going to get there, knowing that it's there. Yeah, it's going to be so magical, and reconnecting with those members of light, those family members. And when we're in that, we're already in the unified field, I mean, in the consciousness, and right, and where these frequencies are coming in. But once we get into that, which it's already here, but that the golden age, like that, there's would just be one timeline. It's not going to be all this. It's just pure, like no duality, no this or that. And also another subject I want to touch on today a little bit is the sexual energy, the kundalini, the life force, the creative energy. And the reason I want to touch on that is because that is that's a workshop I'm going to be doing in Salem, Virginia, in next month. It's like, don't be ashamed of that. That's like the goddess energy, the awakening, the creative energy, and that's male or female. So it's like using that and just like moving it, and just feeling that and allowing yourself to feel that energy in your body, and feeling that body consciousness, and being in that moment. And the more we do that, and the more we have that connection, it's going to open up those other possibilities. So that's why that's important, is to be in that body, and that life force energy is creation. It's the it's not, I mean, it can be used in other ways, it's just consciously, but it's like to create and to build, and to build that, strengthen that energy, and strengthen the body, and to be in new ways, into new avenues, and to let yourself feel like, I feel feel this energy, just this calmness coming through. It's like allowing ourselves to let our vehicle, allowing our vehicle, our body, to do things we didn't think we could do. And I'm not talking about what I was just talking about, but like okay, we can do whatever, make different choices. We can show up in different ways. And it's like, oh, I haven't thought of being a painter, or I haven't thought of singing, or I haven't thought of doing that new modality, or I've like, that's the multidimensional parts that are coming online. And so when we're accessing our this vehicle, this body, we can access more of who we are, the soul level, the higher self level. So yeah.
Jillie, can you share with us the services that you offer and a way that people can reach you?
Yes. Well, everything I've said, I offer. When I work with clients, each client is unique. I tune in to whatever each individual needs, and I do clearings, cord cuttings. I do just different, whatever comes through for them to hear, maybe different perspectives. Um, it's I do light language sessions. Um, so basically, in a session, we would tune in, and I would just kind of do some clearing, maybe do some drumming. Um, like yesterday with a client, I gave her some new perspectives and new ways of looking at things. it's kind of beyond words, but each person is unique. So I do that, and I do that, and I do mentorships. Like I can work with each a person like weekly, and kind of guide them. Guiding them to awakening to their truth. And so I'm in Lexington, Virginia at the present moment. I've been working at Glow Healing Arts, being I guess a practitioner, but a showing up there, doing sessions, and I'll do sessions outside by their tree or inside. It's just about showing up, and I'm going to be doing more, like I said, on YouTube, doing more of channeling. But yeah, if someone feels guided to reach out to me, I'm Jillie Angelic Channeler. JillieAngelicChanneler.com is my website. And then my Facebook is Jillie Clark. And then on Instagram, Jillie Angelic Channeler. And then my YouTube channel is Jillie Angelic Channeler. And well, if you look at my website, I have the links to all of that. But yeah, I would look forward to helping, to if someone feels called, I let, just people just the clients that have come to me, they just come to me because they feel that calling, that soul calling to work with me. And so when we shine and we show up, those souls come, and it just flows. And so that's that I'm excited to be here and to be here to shine and help others to shine and to remember.
You are shining.
Thank you.
Is there a message or something else you would like to share before we go with everyone?
Yeah, okay. If if you're really wanting to take that quantum leap and really wanting that change in your life, it takes that courage, that shift. And if you see that light, and I want to remind people, the light you see in me is it within you. I've just opened and shining it out to help others find their way. They have that potential. You have that potential within you. So if you see that, realize that you can access that. And I'm so grateful and honored and happy to help people to find that. And even other healers, if you find someone you're guided to work with, go work with them and start accessing that truest potential. Start being that change you want to see, because it is available, it is accessible, and you are worth it, and you deserve to feel that love. You deserve to stand in that truth of your birthright. Yes.
Thank you, Jillie, so much for
You're
all of
welcome.
your clarity and
Thank
all of your
you.
pure heart and your light. And I'm just overwhelmed because I know that this is a help to everyone out there because you're such a healing spirit. So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy. You're Amy. Thank you.